To do some graphics exercises. Before we begin, make sure you have Java and the Java JDK downloaded on your computer. You can run Java version in your terminal to check. Also make sure that you have IntelliJ downloaded on your computer. It's suggested that you watch the previous Java tutorials in this same playlist. So the exercises. First, there's going to be a checkerboard exercise. Use nested loops to draw a checkerboard pattern on your screen. The boxes should alternate between red and black. So I'm going to create a new Java class called graphics exercises. Double click to make that left pane go away. As always, public static void main string args. So I'm going to say drawing panel equals new drawing panel, and I'm going to make this 500 by 500 because we learned in the last video that's about as big as I can make it with and things still be okay, or it fit on my screen. Graphics equals panel.get graphics. I'm going to import java.auth.star. You know what? Graphics 2D. There we go. And now I can delete this. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to create a class called public static void draw checkerboard, and it needs to take in the graphics object graphics, because just like well, this is a bad analogy, but you would only want to use, let's say we only ever want to use one pen and just change out the ink cartridges in it whenever we want to draw different colors. That's kind of what we're doing here. Anytime you want to use the graphics object, you're going to have to pass it as a parameter to the other parts of your Java program. So I'm going to do draw checkerboard graphics. Okay. So this is going to be an adventure because I've only done this once before and it was a couple weeks ago. So this might be interesting the first couple times that I run it. So what I'm going to do right now is get some variables set up. So I'm going to say int start x is 50, int start y is 50, and this will be the starting point for my x and my y values. I'm going to have an int current x, which is going to be equal to start x, and an int current y, which is going to be equal to start y. Now I'm going to have integer values for how big each of my checkers are. So I'm going to say int checker side width, or I'm just going to call this side width equals 50, because I want each of my boxes to be 50 by 50. Okay, so now I want to draw, or I want to program out my loops. So I'm going to have for int outer equals 0, outer less than 4, outer plus plus. Now I'm doing for on my outer loop because I want to draw 2 lines of my checkerboard at a time. So that way I don't have to do any weird complicated stuff to get the black and the red to alternate. And then for int inner equals 0, inner less than 8, inner plus plus. So this is going to be rows, this is going to be the columns. Okay. So now I want to draw two different boxes, right? So I'm going to say if enter mod 2 is 0, else. So if it's even, I want to draw the top one is red and the bottom one is black, right? So I'm going to say graphics dot fill rect current x, current y, side width, and then I want to draw another rectangle with the current x and then current y plus side width. Okay. And like I said, I want the top one to be red and the bottom one to be black. So I'm going to do graphics.set color dot red, and I want the bottom one to be black. So I'm going to do graphics dot set color dot black. And now I'm going to do the same thing, but if I'm on an odd row, I want to do the top black and the bottom red. And every time I'm doing a new column, I want to say that the current x is plus equaling the side width. And every time I do a row, I want to increase the current y by the side width times 2, right? Because I just did 2 rows at a time. And then every time I redo the outer loop, I want to reset my current x to start x. And this is giving me a warning that the initializer is redundant, so I'm just going to remove this. Okay. So this code makes sense so far, right? Let me move this over even, move this over even more so we can see all the code. Okay. So we're doing 4 rows, only 4 rows because we're doing 2 rows at a time. We're doing 8 columns, and if the column is even, we're going to do red then black, and if the column is odd, we're going to do black then red. And every time we run down a column, we're going to increase by side width, and every time we go down a row, we're going to increase by side width times 2. So do run, graphics exercises. Ooh, and we drew a checkerboard. So we have the 4 runs of our rows here, the 8 runs of our columns this way, and it looks like all of our math checked out. So that's great. Okay. So now so the next exercise is using the checkerboard you created in the last exercise, add checkers to it in the traditional starting positions. The checkers can be whatever color you would like. So the traditional starting positions are these black spots, right? And the easiest thing to do would be to draw a checker everywhere on the board, right? But we know that we actually don't want that to happen, right? We want the checkers to be on these 2 rows and on these 2 rows. So what I'm going to do is create a new method called public static void draw checker line. And it's going to take in the graphics object graphics and a start and an integer start x and integer start y. Oh, and a color. Let's have it taken a color. Okay. So now we're going to draw 4 different checkers, each 2 side width apart. Oh, so I guess, you know what? Let's put each of these on its own line. We also need to take in the side width. Okay. So now we're going to draw a line full of checkers. So I'm going to say for int I equals 0, I less than 4, I plus plus. We're going to say graphics dot fill oval, and we're going to do start x, start y times I, side width, side width. And before this, we're going to set the color of graphics to color. Okay. So now here, after we draw the checkerboard, we're going to call draw checker line, not link, 4 separate times. So first we're going to call it with graphics. And then the start x, we know the first one we want to do is side width. Sorry, start x plus side width. And then we want it to be, we know that we want it to be start y and side width. And now we want the color to be blue. Okay. Oops. Blue all caps. So now if I press play, this should draw a line of blue checkers on the top black. Ooh. I did something very wrong. Okay, let's see what I did wrong. I don't want to increase y. I want to increase x by 2 every time, so that way they're actually 2 apart. So let's see what it looks like now. Okay, so I bet if I increase this, I would, interesting. So again, I still did not do very well. Ah, okay. You know what? That is what I want to do. This should work this time. Ah, victory. So now we're going, every time we go through this loop, we're going to draw an oval and then add to 2 times side width to the x, which will scoot over the next one that goes 2 blocks. So now we want to do 3 more draw checker lines. Graphics. This time we're just going to do start x, and now we want to start y plus side width, color dot blue. That'll get us the next blue checker that we want. And now we want to do start y plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So draw the checker, graphics, start x plus side width to get it on that black one. Start y plus 6 times side width, color dot cyan. 7 times side width. Now let's rerun it and see what we got. Ooh, okay. So this should have been just start X here. Right? Because we want to start on the black one, which is right against the left. There we go. Now we have a checkerboard with checkers on it. Very exciting. Okay. X out of that. So the next thing we want to do is write a method that allows you to draw a pride flag of varying sizes at varying positions on your screen. Hint, use a for loop and an array that holds the colors you want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and comment out, draw checkerboard. I'm going to say public, static, void, draw, pride, flag, graphics, G. And I want it to, let's just give it a width on the screen. So int width and int, you know what? Int x, int y, int depth. Start x, start y. Okay. So first, I want to create an array of colors. So I'm going to say colors equals color dot red, color dot orange, color yellow, color dot green, color G blue. Seems purple is not an option, so I'm going to do pink. And if you really wanted to do purple, you could, of course, look up the RGB values for purple, which, you know what, let's go ahead and do that. RGB purple. Oops, can't spell. Blue violet, that looks like the color we want. So we're going to say new color, and then RGB is 138, 43, 226. Nope. Wow. 226. Excellent. So now we have a real flag. Okay. Misplaced semicolon. So now we're going to do a 1 row per color. So I want to do for int I equals 0, I less than colors dot length plus I. And so first I'm going to say graphics dot set graphics. And let me enter these so we can see all the parameters that we need to pass. Graphics dot set color. This is going to be colors I. Great. So it'll do red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Comment this, say it's purple. Okay. So now I'm going to arbitrarily say that each of my rows should be 50 tall. So I'm going to say graphics.fill rect. This is going to be startx plus start Y, width 50. And that seems like a magic number because it is, so I'm going to call this int row height equals 50. Row height. And now I'm going to say that start x plus equals row height. Is that right? No, start y. Because I want the x to stay in the same position, but the y to go down, so I draw my flag from the top to the bottom. So let's see what happens if I do draw pride flag, graphics, 50, 50, width, I'm going to say is 400. Let's see what this looks like. Yay, a pride flag. You could of course change this to look like any pride flag you wanted. The ace flag, the transgender flag, any of those. But I just went with the traditional pride flag here, just the rainbow. Okay. So the next exercise, present. Draw a smiley face on your screen. It can be any size and color that you would like. It just must look like a smiling face. So comment out the draw pride flag method. Public static void draw smiley face. I'm just going to take a graphic. So first I'm going to set my color to yellow. So graphics dot set color dot yellow, and I'm just going to draw a smiley face over the whole thing. So I'm going to say dot fill oval, oval 0 0 500 500. Some more magic numbers. I could replace them with constants if I wanted to. For now, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. So now I'm going to draw the eyes and the smile. So I'm going to do graphics dot set color dot black. Okay. So I need to draw two eyes, and I want them to be sort of at the top, but far enough down that you can tell that they're eyes. I'm just gonna guess. So graphics dot fill oval. Like I said, I'm kind of guessing here, so I'm gonna say 200. So I'll give it 200 in, and I want it to be 100 by 100. Oh, that's gonna be a giant eye. 50 by 50. But my eyes should be 200 apart, so no. So the first one's 200 in. This one I want to be 200 in. You know what? Let's make this one 50. 50. So if I want the other one to be 150 in, math. Okay, so 500 minus 150 is 350. Minus another 50 for the eye is 300. But I want to be on the same Y level so that the eyes are next to each other. 50, 50. Let's check this out first so I can tell if I'm making sense. Ooh, that worked out pretty well. Great, so now I have eyes. And now I just need a smiley face that's not creepy. I may not be able to achieve that. Graphics dot fill arc. Yes, that's exactly what I want, because I want a big smiley face. So let's see. I want my smile to end, I think, 100 above, and I want it to kind of line up with my eyes. So I'm going to do, arc angle. It's going to be tricky. So I want it to start. I don't remember how to draw arcs. We're going to guess. Okay. So start X, I'm going to say would be 150. Start Y is going to be, let's say, 300. Height, I want it to be 200. Start angle 0, 180. Wait, I did this wrong. Width. Oh, I forgot the width. Let's see. Width, I want to be 300. This is going to be crazy, guys. Okay, let's see. Ooh, okay. It's upside down. So what I wanted to start at was obviously 180, and then I wanted it to be 180 degrees. So let's see. Yeah, okay. So that's kind of the right shape, but my start X and start Y are definitely wrong. So my start X was 150, which is what I wanted, and my start Y was 300. This was obviously the one that was off. So let's try it at 200. And then my width is off too. Let's see. More math. 150 to 350 is 200. Let's see here. Yay! Okay, this is a smiley face I can live with. It's pretty cute, I think. And that's it. You can keep playing with the graphics if you want to. I think they're fun to play with. That could just be me because I like things that are colorful and also visual. But I hope that was helpful. Let's see.